We know things are getting worse lately.
A lot of our lifestyle, career, business is affected by this event.
Flight got cancelled, events got postponed, economy entered a bear market.
And many of us are staying at home and working from home. And I guess that's the best thing we can do currently. Be social responsible.
I know, it creates a lot of anxiety and worries during this time of uncertainty. But
instead of getting tensed up with the things that are out of our control, why not look at this situation with a different lens? We might want to find what's the best thing we can do during this period.
The whole social distancing and working from home doesn't feel as bad for me as an introvert. Additionally, I've been working from home ever since I left my previous job.
I mean, you can say I've been social distancing for a few months now, especially during the weekdays. So, I've prepared 10 ideas for us to spend our time positively during anxious period like this. First, detach. I think there's nothing more important than detaching ourselves from the outside world, both physically and mentally.
What information consumes is the attention of its recipients. Tim Ferriss called it cultivating selective ignorance. Most news and information is time-consuming, is negative and irrelevant to us, and not to mention, it's out of our influence. We already know how bad the situation is across the world. We also know how to maintain our hygiene in order to prevent ourselves from being infected. Other news that we receive daily from our phones and TVs are additional content
that can build our anxiety. In fact, it doesn't even benefit us after knowing it.
Be selective with the information we are consuming.
And make sure it doesn't add unnecessary fears into our lives.
Next is deep clean.
Other than our hand we need to wash and our phone that need to sanitize,
it would be great if we disinfect our living space and keep it free from germs and dust. Especially now when we have some time staying at home. Let's have a deep clean. We can focus on areas that sleep our minds. Cleaning and accomplish small chores like this can help us clear our mind. Next is exercise. One of the biggest excuses we give for not exercising is because we are too busy with our work and we don't have enough time to work out.
However, now we have so much time for ourselves, yet it's not safe for us to go to the gym.
But I strongly believe that if there's a will, there's a way. We can always exercise at home.
Don't let this event become an excuse for us to be lazy. I mean, a man actually completed an ultra marathon, 60 km, when he's under quarantine by jogging around his house. So what's the excuse for us to be lazy?
I don't go to the gym, and normally, I'll do my strength training at home with my free weights. I know, not all of us have this at home, but that doesn't stop us from exercising. We can always work with what we have at home and create a calisthenic routine.
Or even yoga. All you need is a mat and be present.
That can work on your core, strength, balance, and also patience. I always follow Yoga with Adrian because it's not so intermediate. And I'll also follow Alo Yoga for intense core workout. Next is books. We should also make full use of our free time to feed our mind with books. A lot of us have a list of books that we always wanted to read.
Same thing, we can never have the time. But during times like this, books can be our best companion. Most of the books I've read were from the library.
But I try not to visit the library for the time being. Or maybe some of your public libraries have been shut down too. So another alternative is Audible. I've been using it for quite some time.
I'm a slow reader, so whenever I have the time to read, I'll try my best to read as much as possible.
And when I say read, I mean listen. Audible has made the process so much easier,
where I can finish my book even when I'm washing dishes or working out.
Next is cook.
One of the perks of us staying at home is we can prepare our own meal.
I totally understand how hard it is to cook for people who never know how to, people like me. But there's always a first time.
And there are too many benefits for us to skip on this.
First, we can save money from cooking at home as compared to eating out. It also gives us control, which we can always make our food tastier or healthier. Even after 9 months of cooking most of my lunch, I only know how to cook a Prego spaghetti. Cooking with a partner, a friend, or a family can also make the process memorable, a great stress reliever, and create special moments during this bonding time. Next, communicate with your loved ones.
Especially during times like this,
that's when we need to spread love and care. So even when we are isolating ourselves, we have our phones and Skype.
We can always communicate with our loved ones even without leaving our house.
And if they are staying with you, appreciate every moment you spend with them.
That's not really a challenge for me because I can do it every day since I'm living with my loved ones.
But during the day, most of my family members are at work. And that just left with me, my dog, and my plants.
That can be applied to pets too. Appreciate the time you can spend with them.
Because you know how lonely it can be to be alone at home. Next, repay your sleep debt.
Now we have some extra time. We should repay our sleep debt.
I can't express how important it is to have sufficient sleep.
Our quality and quantity of our sleep determines our work productivity,
cognitive ability, health, emotion, and many others. But yet, we constantly live a life where we overemphasize on work or distraction that we have to sacrifice our sleep. So with some extra time now, it's perfect for us to use it to repay our sleep debt.
And more importantly, we can restructure our work-life balance with the 888 rule,
where we can evenly allocate 24 hours into 3 aspects of our lives: work, me time, and sleep. Next, we can reinvent ourselves during this period.
There's always some time in our lives we experience huge change in our emotion,
unsatisfied with how we live, disconnected with our relationships, or unfulfilled with our jobs.
If you feel this, then it's the best time for you to reinvent yourself.
Make the necessary change we need in order to create the best version of ourselves. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. I'm an advocate of lifelong learning. Whether is it to learn to add more value at work, or something that helps you to create your side hustle, or a skill that we always want to master. But we just have to push it till we have the time. This is the time for us to learn what we need to improve our lives. And during the process, we can identify our strengths, set a goal that we want to achieve, make plans on how we can execute it.
And if it's possible, whether is it a business or a new skill, try it out during this period.
It will take a lot of time, patience, and effort to make changes in our lives. But if it's what we value, it's all worth it.
Because there's no better time than now.
Next is healthy escapism. Instead of manifesting negative emotions,
sometimes it's fine for us to shift our awareness towards something completely different in order for us to cool down and temporarily forget about our stress.
The easiest way for me to let go of stress is from shows, movies, and music. The show Office can always shift me to a better mood with their humor. Movies like The Secret Life of Walter Mitty are so beautifully shot, and it makes me want to travel. Music from the XX also keeps me in the zone where no stress or anxiety can reach. A lot of time, healthy escapism plays an important role in our lives. It's a way for us to break free from the fear, anxiety,
also the negativity of this event. Healthy escapism can be what we need in order to keep ourselves positive and healthy.
Lastly, do nothing.
Yes, literally do nothing.
Just take some time to sit comfortably. This is a form of meditation, and that comes from a practice known as shikantaza, which kind of translates into just sitting. It's a practice for us to let go of our sense of effort, the sense of trying, the sense of choosing and doing. This is very similar to the concept of contentless awareness. Having zero focus on any particular content in our brain is a new concept and practice I've discovered lately. And it's kinda different as compared to the normal mindful meditation, which emphasizes on paying attention to our surroundings and feelings. Do nothing can be extremely helpful during panic times like this, and keep our monkey mind from going crazy with fear and worries. At first, I thought this meditation was simple until I tried it for myself for 5 minutes. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Just be comfortable and challenge your brain to do nothing. If filtering out only the negativity from your mind is difficult, try this method of doing nothing to remove everything from your mind and just sit and be calm. So these are the 10 ideas we can do in order for us to get through this dark period. I try not to make this video serious and moody because that's the last thing the world needs. But I don't want to downplay the significance of this current situation. If we are able to see this with a different lens and shift our attention from doom and gloom to how we can best use this time to improve ourselves and create meaningful moments. So, I hope this video can bring you value and a certain level of joy. And if you think it's helpful, you can share it with your loved ones. And at the meantime, stay safe and healthy guys. Wash your hands frequently, and I'll see you guys on the next one.